saints. I hope everybody's having a blessed day today. For my message, I will be giving to you all today is called the Work of God. I want to go to I want to go to Genesis 1:1. I don't have scriptures. Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth is formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of the Lord was hovering and the Spirit of the Lord was hovering over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw that light God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called the night. In the morning was the first day. So the why am I talking about the work of God? Well, it's because I'm trying I'm trying to present this message to you all today. Is because I now know that God had did what he did for the heavens and the earth for a reason and for purposes. But I'm not going to get to the purpose yet. So now I'm going to go to my point one. God's powers at work. And now I want to go to Philippians 2:13. Brother Damien, if you please. It says, For it is God which worketh in you both to will and to do of his good pleasure. Okay. Okay, so how does God have that power? None of us know, not even I know. But all I know is that without God having his type of power, then none of this on this earth or the heaven that he had created would have been possible today. And so I'm so glad to God for having that power and creating this earth, because if he hadn't created this earth, then he wouldn't have seen what his creations would do on another platform. So let's thank God for making us and for making the first two people that he had created in heaven, and then he cast it down to earth to start here. So okay, I want to go to my wait. I can't go to my second point because Zachary, you're supposed to tell them what are the works of God. Okay, okay, I got that. Okay, according to the Bible, God's work can be described in many ways. The Bible uses the word ergon. I'm gonna get to that word in a second to describe God's creative work. To describe God's creative work, which is both active and passive. So, like this, the heavens are known as the works are known as the works of God's fingers. Okay. Do anyone in this church know what the word ergon means? Oh, it means work, deed, activity, task, or job. So all those things that God used for both the heavens and the earth, he used that as a task because he had to do a task for the earth, and it was also a job for him to make because he wanted to see what his creations would do on another platform instead of heaven. Okay, so it says the heavens are known for the works of God's fingers. Why? Because the Bible also describes that God's acts in history are acts of deliverance, which are often called miracles. Now, that's true, because a few days ago, when it was like the first Sunday of July, and I was watching Pastor D preach the word, please tell me why I just saw a white dove, not gray, but a white dove flying outside. Because I think that probably God made birds to send a message. And not only him and angels can like send a message, because I thought only angels can. But when Pastor D had preached the word called the messages of God, I looked at the TV and I saw a white dove. I said, "Is God? Can God transform into a dove so He can send some messages?" So I'm thankful for God for all that. Now I want to go to my point two. Brother Damien, that's not point two. This is point two is the purpose of work. Okay, there it is. Okay, so the purpose of work. I want to go to John 6:27 and 29. And it says, labor not for the meat which perish, but for that meat which endure unto everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give unto you. For him hath God the Father sealed. Then said they unto him, What shall we do that we might work? That we might work the works of God. And Jesus answered and said unto them, This is the work of God, that ye believe on him who he hath sent. So, can anyone be thankful for God making us? Now, you know how I said that he had reason and a purpose to making this. I don't know what the purpose is, or nobody does. But all I know is that unless somebody can make something, they have to have either a reason or a purpose to do it. Because no one can make anything without having a purpose to give someone, or to have a reason, because someone might walk to you and say, hey, why are you making this? What's the reason, or what's the purpose of you making this? And then you have to give them a reason, or your type of purpose to work on your little project or whatever. So I'm just thankful for God to having a purpose and a reason, because what I know is that but what I know of his purpose is that he wanted probably his creations to work on a different platform, as I said, to have a work because 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 God probably made us for his purpose and probably made us so we can work and serve him for a purpose. So now I want to go to my point 3. I'm not gonna be here long, so I'm just gonna take the time that I have. Okay, my point 3 is God's guidance in work. So so now I want to go to Ephesians 4:11 through 15. And he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evan and evangelists. I'm sorry, and some pastors and teachers. We already know who's the teacher and the pastor is, Pastor D. For the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for, for the for the ever for the edifying of the body of Christ, till we all come in the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of God, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Christ, that we henceforth be no more children tossed to the fro to and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine, by the sleight of man and cunning craftiness. Right? But speaking the truth in love may grow up into him in all things, which is the head, even Christ. I'm also, I keep on saying this, I don't know why, but aren't you just so thankful for God for giving us guidance? Because if it wasn't for him, then we wouldn't even know how to get somewhere without his guidance. Because it doesn't even matter if we have a map, if we have a map or not. Because guess what? God is our map, and we can't get nowhere before he tells us where to drop off to the location. So, and you know how those little things on your phone or in those little cars that says you have reached your destination. Well, guess what? He has to tell us if it's our destination or not. Not some phone or something that says turn right to the next location, and you'll be at your destination. Only he can tell us if we're at our right destination or not. So now I want to go to my final point 4. Yes, I have 4 points because I knew this was like going to be good and stuff. Faithfulness and work. Be good and stuff. Faithfulness and work. I want to go to Colossians 3:23. And whosoever ye do it heartfully, as to the Lord and not unto men. Yes. And whosoever ye do, do it heartily, as to the Lord and unto men. I just want to. Okay. I just noticed that today was somebody's birthday, Andrew. So everybody give him a hand. Okay, don't flatter yourself, pal. And I'm only giving you this applause this one time. And just because you're 15, that doesn't mean you're cool. So calm down, buddy. Okay, so my point forward is called faithfulness in work. So, so I just also want to thank God for the last time for being faithful and giving us and for making us faithful because I remember one of the scriptures saying that we must now walk by faith but not by sight. So I guess that's why he has faithfulness because it said walk by faith. So so to me, I guess to us he is our faithfulness. He, because we have to believe in him. So we have to believe in him. So we have to believe in him because or else he won't do what we ask him to do because if we like ask him to heal us, then if somebody doesn't believe that God is real or doesn't even believe that he or doesn't even believe in him at all, then then he can't work. Thank you, Pastor D. So I thank God for giving us faith, and I thank God for having faith, and also this one time before I leave. After this, I'm going to be done. So before my mom had went through this type of pain, I said, "Mama, you need help?" And then she said, "Yes." And then and then I had asked her, "Mom, should I go get Kezzy or should I go get Daddy?" And then she said, "I don't know." So then I went to go get Daddy. I said, "Daddy, Mama's in pain." So then he went to the room that my mom was in. He started praying. So to me, it was like, "Okay, Pastor D, you ready?" And then after that, it was like the Pastor D said, "I'm ready, Lord." So then after he started playing again to me, uh, and, and then my mom was still screaming in pain. She was still screaming loud, and then I started to get mad because she was going out there. I was playing again to me. It was like God said, "All right, Pastor D, we gotta get rid of this demon, or or else it's gonna take over your wife's body, and I can't have no demons going into other people's bodies because these are my creations, and I'm not gonna allow some devil to let one of his demons just walk all over the people that I have created. So I am not going to allow this." So then she was still screaming louder. And then again, for the last time, to me, it was like he said, "All right, that's it. I'm done." So it's like he rubbed it, and so it's like he just did this, and it just, and then after her pain was over, and then after her pain was over, again to me, it was like God said, "It is finished." So I thank for God to everything that He has done for us, and I thank God for all the miracles that have been happening lately, and I thank for God for giving us deliverance. I thank God for giving us healing, for giving us that strength, and I hope going forward that I get to meet with him and that everybody gets to meet with him one day too. I'm all done.